Hey, folks, it is your boy, once again, Tyler, back with another interesting episode of the BJB Show. Now, I know it sounds like this is getting to be like an every episode occurrence, but unfortunately, my other half isn't available to be here in the studio. So, again, I have her on the phone. So let me bring in my co-host, the lovely Dee Dee.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, babe girl.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Great.
I'm missing you. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm holding up.
Yeah, I know. My poor baby's sick. Everybody send some good vibes, some good juju to my baby because she's sick.
Please.
She's under the weather. Send it. All right, so go ahead. What were you going to say?
I said I'll take it.
Yeah, don't let me step on you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, now, folks, I've got something extremely interesting for you today. This interview has been something we've been working on for quite some time. We're just going to get right into it because, he's on the West Coast for now. I guess he's tired of us folks here on the East Coast because it's a little cold over here. So he went to the West where it's a little warm. So many of you may have seen some of his work. If not, I'm sure after today's episode you will. You'll want to. He is one of the very few Latin male talent performers, content creators, whatever you guys want to call it these days. He is one of the very few in the industry that is doing very well for himself. Every time I talk to him, he is bouncing back and forth. He's flying all over the country. If I'm not mistaken, he was in Miami recently, or just a few weeks ago, and now he's out in Vegas. So I'm like, dude, what are you doing that I'm not? It's like, okay. So we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna jump into that. So what do you think, hon? I mean, I know you saw some of his stuff. What do you think?
I did. I think he's got some talent. I think we got to bring him in.
He got some talent. All right. Okay. So you're. Oh, okay. All right. So without any further ado, let us bring in Mr. Puerto Rock.
Hey.
What's up, my dude?
Doing?
Hey.
Everything's good. How you?
Welcome.
Not bad. Everything over, and like I said, it's cold. It's cold over here. So
yeah, well, it's
it
is
cold
over here too. I would say it's like 50 right now out here.
50?
Oh wow,
man, that's not cold. That's not cold. Come on, you're from up here. You're from New York too, so come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what we hit. You know the kind of temperatures you hit.
I'll be back there soon in a couple of weeks, so I'll feel it. Trust me.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you better stock up before you get back on that plane, bro. Okay. So, like I said, for those of you that don't know, or you know what, I'll let him do it himself. Puerto Rock, let the folks know a little something about you, bro.
Well, I started in the industry about, I would say, 2005. I started with a website called BustyBabyDolls.com out in New York City. Um, I'm Puerto Rican, obviously. I'm 41 years old, so I started a long time ago. So I've started when I was 25. Differences between mainstream and amateurs. I was on the amateur circuit for such a long time. I started, like I said, I started in 2005, and I worked it all the way to 2016. Started doing more mainstream stuff in 2016 till now, obviously 2021. I'm planning on opening my own website. It's in the process of being opened. Right now, we're just working on the MasterCard and Visa, the payouts and stuff like that, and it should be up sometime in January.
Okay.
Um, in terms of how I started, it was a fluke of how I started. It was more about making money to move out of my mom's house because at the time I was about 24 when I first got the information on the adult industry. I was doing bachelorette parties independently for
Okay.
women, and that's how I got discovered.
Right.
Oh.
Nothing crazy. I always tell people a lot of times I got lucky. I really got lucky because I came from an era in the porn industry where communicating with people was very difficult. It was either through email, AOL Messenger, or just snail mail. It wasn't
Wow.
Twitter, it wasn't Instagram or anything like that. So it was extremely difficult,
Right.
and it was a crapshoot. Somebody, a porn star, actually approached me,
Okay.
and that's how I got involved in it.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Ah.
Wow.
Okay. So. All right. So we're from the same era, but you're still
Hmm.
younger than me. So.
Yeah, yeah.
You're still younger than me, so I'm kind of telling my age a little bit. So yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, years ago, yeah, I mean, it was almost impossible. If you had any kind of interest in getting into the business, it was you just had to be in the right place at the right time, or you had to go and just show up out there in
Yeah,
California and just on a
yeah.
whim, on a wing and a prayer and just hope and pray that someone liked your look or that you were homeless
Hmm.
enough and they took pity on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
It
know.
was it was
Jeez.
basically it was just basically I keep telling people because people are always constantly asking that question. You know the question. Oh yeah, how'd you get into the industry? It was a lot of luck. It
Yeah.
was definitely a lot of luck. I'll say it myself. Especially the early going. Now it's more about the work that you put in because your resume kind of speaks for itself after you've
Yes.
worked a few
Right.
years. But when you first start out, it's crapshoot, man. It's like throwing paper to a wall. Hopefully something sticks.
Right.
Right.
Right. You have so many in the industry now. Now I'm talking females. We have so many in the
Hmm.
industry now that are saying, "Oh, well, I only work with established talent." Okay, well, not for nothing, but you're in the industry as an amateur yourself. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
how established are you?
Yeah, and then what?
Tr-
And then the other question comes to mind is what constitutes established? Because if working for companies is what you consider established, that's not really established because you still don't know how to develop money for yourself. You don't know how to generate revenue for yourself.
exactly.
Because I know a ton
Right.
of people who work the quote unquote mainstream and are broke.
Mm,
So if
Wow.
you can't generate money, then this is not really a job for you. You're just having sex for fun
on camera,
Right.
on
on
camera.
camera, just on camera. Yeah.
Right. Um. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing to hear and to see some of the females that are, oh, well, you
Hmm.
got to have this, you got to have that. It's like, all right, well, that's all fine and dandy, but you're not that much far off yourself.
Hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
now not knocking them because I no
Hmm.
matter what, I respect the hustle. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I'm semi-retired, but like I told you, I'm planning on making my comeback. You know, with the blessing of my other half here, I'm planning on making my comeback. But the whole thing is, it's wow. I just lost my train of thought.
Uh-oh. There you go.
I just lost my train of thought. But all right, so we'll leave that. We'll leave that. So let's back up. Let's back up. Let's back up. That is the main question that everyone wants to know, as to how you got in the business. I want to back up much farther than that and ask you why. First, let's find out. Okay, so was it? Were you a swinger? Are you poly? What generated? What triggered you looking into this alternative lifestyle, this alternative way of having relations? What started that?
In terms of sex life and stuff like that, my sex life is pretty vanilla. It's just straight boy girl type stuff, your basic boyfriend girlfriend type stuff. How I got into the whole porn thing is because was to generate money, obviously. I just needed other sources of income. Everybody who lives in New York understands that you need multiple careers going on at one shot. If you have one career in New York, you're probably not living too well.
Or you're in stocks.
Yeah, or exactly. And most of the time, and it's when it comes to the sex life, I was into porn for a long time. My father was the type who would hide his collection, so you have to find it like stealth, like Batman. So I would steal his collection, and then obviously, you have a ton of friends, and friends always have porn, so we always trade in porn like baseball cards.
Of course.
Any kind of kookiness or any kind of outlandish stuff, nothing outlandish. My life is pretty general. Like, here's a shock to the system. Most people think that most porn stars are like dropouts or stuff like that. No, I went all the way through high school, graduated with honors. I have a associate's and master's and bachelor's degree in design work. I graduated from FIT from toy design. So I used to freelance doing graphic designs for toys and women's clothes, text packs, you name it, I was doing it. I'm also a fully certified strength and conditioning coach. I've had tons of clients. Personal training is actually easier to do both personal training and porn, because personal training is, no one really cares. They just want to be trained, for the most part. So in terms of anything outlandish where I'm like fiending for sex, no, it was just a way of, I was stripping already. I've always was thinking about porn because I used to watch porn so much, and I used to always be like, oh, I wish I had an opportunity to work with that girl. And it was just an opportunity that I felt that I could take advantage of, and that's what I did. Nothing really outlandish, I would say. Nothing where people go, hey. But I did work in swingers clubs. I'm not a swinger, but I did work in swinger clubs. I did massages for women at swingers clubs. I was getting paid for that, though. That was out in New York. A couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were working those back and wax then, huh?
Yeah. And they would be like, hey, if the girl wants to do more, you could do more. If not, just give her a very sensual massage. And that's what I was doing. It was for a friend of mine, but he was paying me good too. It was in a loft on the west side of Manhattan. So I was getting about $350 a night, which is pretty easy, for just massaging women.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So a good little 15-minute back massage or whatever massage.
15, 10-minute, anything extra was on me. So it depends on who it was with. But what was cool about the place is that, some swinger places is like the ladies are and the guys are like, eh, but then you got some places where it's just like hotness everywhere. It's good thing for me. There was a lot of hot people there, so it was cool. So a lot of ladies were hot. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that always helps.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I want to go to that swing club. I've never been to a swing club where they give massages.
Yeah, no, I think they still run it. I think it's owned by somebody different now. Somebody else runs it now, I think.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. So, what what do you have for him, DD? What kind of
What's
questions
that?
you got? What do you have for him? What do you have for our guest? What do you,
Yes, what do you
seems
have?
like I got I'm answering all the questions or asking all the questions.
Well, what is your favorite talent to work with? Is there a type that you like, or do you
Ooh.
are you pretty open?
That's a good question. I'm pretty open. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up because that's a good thing. I was gonna post something, but I'm glad I saved that. I didn't post it yet. I'm not a label hog. I'm a type of person who works with everybody, every nationality,
Okay.
every size, you name it. I'm open to all of it. I just don't like the labels in porn, and I think porn has a crazy ton of labels. Like that's a problem that I have with the porn industry. One of the problems is the constant labeling. If you feel like a specific type, to each his own. That's your thing. But don't
Right.
call yourself the queen or king of something that's very derogatory. And that's what we get a lot of in the porn industry. You understand what I mean? Like
Okay.
Okay, explain that.
like I give you an example. Like you get a lot of Caucasian women who call themselves spades.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like Queen of Spades, which is a very offensive term if they did the history, if they did research behind that. You
right,
understand what I mean?
right.
It's stuff like that I think people still have to grow out of. Because in the porn industry, you got very talented and very smart people. I've come across very people with great jobs outside of the porn industry that work in the industry.
Mm,
But
Mm,
you got some people I think that still haven't quite grown up or just aren't comfortable in social settings that kind of make the porn industry, I think, a little bit more risque than what it could be, than what it should be. Put it to you like that.
okay.
Because
mm,
if you're trying to defend, there's ways of defending pornography, but then there's ways that people make it extremely hard to defend it. And I
right.
think that's what kind of hampers the industry a little bit. That's why when it comes to the type of people I work with, I'm very open. You just gotta, you gotta be a very business savvy person for me to work with you. I think I prefer women that are about the business and not necessarily about just having sex. Like I want, if
Right.
I'll give you an example of a perfect woman that I would work with any day. If the first thing she comes out of her mouth is how we're promoting it and what angles we're going to use. Like it's not about, oh, let's just get right to the fucking. She's talking about, hey, let's work it here. Let's do this here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we want to stop the camera at this point, pretend like something goes on. Like if we're going over the script, like it's a dry run that we're constantly
Right.
dry running
Right.
dry before we even shoot. That's somebody who you can tell that it's about their business and wants to work.
Yeah, she's a professional.
Yes, an extreme professional. Hmm.
Right. So you're not just doing a bunch of gonzos. You're doing, you're
Yeah,
actually doing
yeah.
some
You're not doing a bunch of
scripts.
gonzos. Yeah. And even to be honest with you, even if you did gonzos, which is not a problem because those gonzos sell extremely well,
Hmm.
it's how you do it. Like there are some guys who just put a camera there and just let it run. That doesn't work. Like even if you're doing gonzo, you take the camera off. You gotta get a lot of POVs. You gotta know your market. You gotta listen to your fans. Some people really are kind of rude to their fans and they kind of reject their fans' ideas. And their fans' ideas are
What pays the
great
bills?
at sometimes they're extremely good. You
Right.
know, some people are a little loopy, but then some people have some really good ideas. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Hmm.
Um. Wow. Okay. All right. So you don't have a type, and I, and
Yeah.
from looking at a lot of your work, I
Hmm.
see all shapes, sizes, colors.
Yep.
Hmm.
So it's folks, he's definitely not BSing about that.
Hmm.
He's worked.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
I've seen a couple of like incredibly small to, I won't say SSBBW, but I see some
Yeah.
BBWs. So, definitely an equal opportunist. Um,
Yes.
Now, once we get into the links and things like that, as a matter of fact, I can actually show these because it's Instagram. It is Instagram. So I can actually show these. I can't show you his other links. So,
Nice.
all right, let's take that off. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So these are some of the links or some of his people. Oh yeah, okay. There you are with your little art, doing some body work. Doing
Yeah,
some,
I did
Nice.
somebody.
Yeah.
doing some body work. All right, bro. I see you. I see you. Oh, I know who that is.
Do you?
Yeah, she's like crazy pretty. Wow. Okay. All right. So, folks, you definitely have to check this man out. If you're, see, there you go. There you go. See that?
Nice.
See?
Just, just plug in the laptop a second. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Just
All
making
right.
sure it doesn't.
All right. Okay.
Okay, you can see me then? Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's fix that. Let's fix that. Let me see if I can adjust it up a little bit. Where
Okay,
are
I'm
we?
charged up.
All right.
Where are we? Where are we? Let's make some quick adjustments here. All right. So let's do this.
All right.
D, why don't you while I'm fixing this, why don't you and Puerto Rock have a little conversation here? Let me fix this up a little bit.
Have a little conversation. I did have a question. And I
Yeah.
lost my train of thought. So we know when you started, do you, as far as your personal relationships, do you currently have someone you're involved with? Is there
Mhm.
someone that supports you?
Yeah, I'm dating right now with someone who's in the industry. I
Oh,
feel like
okay.
if you're gonna be dating you should be dating someone who has at least common interest.
Right.
They don't have to full fledged in the industry, but they have to have an understanding of what you do.
Of course.
Understand? Because if not, it can be a troublesome thing.
I'm sure.
You
I'm
know?
sure it can get very slippery.
Yes. Definitely.
And are you
And
open with
there's
your
a lot of
career, with your... I'm sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
No. I am definitely open with her and stuff like that. She does a few shoots with me.
What about your
So,
family? Your family? Oh,
oh, my
wow.
family is very
That's
supportive.
great.
Yeah, I don't. My little brother found out first, so he told
Wow.
my father. But my father found. I think my father found some of the DVDs that I was on that I had saved.
Oh, wow.
But then they didn't care. They was just, long as I don't have any habits. I don't have any bad habits. I usually just work out, pay bills, and just enjoy my life. That's it. You know what I mean? So I don't have like no
Right.
drug habits or party habits. So they were just hoping that none of those, like the money I was getting from I was using it for the right stuff. They was using it for the
Of
right stuff,
course.
and that's what it was, you know. And
That's
then
important.
my sister and her and my brother-in-law, they proud of me when it comes to that, because they lived in Puerto Rico a few years, and since I rock in my name, I have a lot of Puerto Rico, so they were like, a lot of people know me over there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Okay.
that
So you
makes
got a
Yeah,
whole
sense.
fan base.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Hmm. Wow. Okay. So your family's very supportive of you. That is good. That's
Yep.
that's that's a good thing.
Hmm.
Your relationship supports you, and I've always said
Hmm.
that too about any relationship. Because I've managed a lot of females in the past,
Hmm.
and they're always saying, that they'll start to model. Now this was mainstream
Hmm.
modeling. They'll start to
Yeah, yeah,
model, and
yeah.
all of a sudden, now they're hooked up in this new relationship. Oh, I don't want you doing that.
Hmm.
Usually, if they don't understand the industry, if
Hmm.
they most times if they're a fan, 9 times out
Hmm.
of 10 they're a fan. Now all of a sudden, now they come
Yep,
into
yep,
your
yep.
life, and now they want you to change. Now they want you to stop what you're doing. No,
Yep.
well, you met me swinging from a pole. Now
I know.
unless you're gonna replace that money that I'm missing out on,
Yeah. Yeah.
we got nothing to talk about. And that's what I
I've
used to
said
tell
that for
them.
years. Yeah.
I used to tell them that all the time. It's like, they met you this way. If you were open and honest with them, they met you while you were doing this. How in the world are you going to let them come along and just totally take your money out of your pocket?
Exactly. And then you're struggling, and then you can't figure your way through certain situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's women tend to do that a lot. I don't know. You should come into a relationship knowing it's a relationship. Like if you deal with a guy and he's automatically, the red flag automatically is if he's limit certain things that you do, because that's just only going to get worse. That's never going to get better. Anytime there's a red flags don't get better. I've never seen a situation where a red flag has gotten better.
Right.
No, I think you're right on that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just going to get progressively worse, because if it's not porn, it'll be something else. It'll be the way you're dressing. If it's not the way you're dressing, it's the way you look. If it's not the way you look, it's the way where you work. If it's not something, it's another. Misery loves company, and somebody who's miserable is always going to be miserable unless they change for themselves.
That's very true. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, and the girls that I was managing, I used to tell, I'd be like, listen, I'm one of the few people that boy, I can't talk today. All right, so in this industry, I give the good, the bad, the ugly. Okay, and I will support whatever decision you make about it or whatever you decide to do. I'm behind you 100%. So,
Yeah.
I'd have people saying, oh well, I don't know if I should do this. Okay, well here's the facts behind this decision that you're thinking about. Okay, what are you gonna do? You don't want to do it? Cool, no problem. Let's move on to something else. You want to do it? Cool, let's do it. Let's go full speed ahead. Cool, you don't know anything about it? Well, here I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you the information that you need so that you can do this. Did we lose you? Did we lose your Rock? Let me see. I think we may have lost him here. Let me see if we can reset this, because his signal was kind of iffy a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Rock, you still there? Let me see. Can I reset this? No, I can't reset it from here. I have to drop him. All right, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Sure thing.
Hey, folks. I see that Puerto Rock's signal has the connection. We're having some technical difficulties here. Oh, okay. All right, he's back. He's back. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get some audio. Okay. All right. Okay, so where were we before your signal rudely cut us off?
I heard you were talking to me, so
Oh,
you could just ask a question and we'll take it from there.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you have anything, D? Because I gotta fix these.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on. As far as what are you working on right now? Are you working? You said you're working in Vegas right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, right now. I'm currently working on my website, and I'm trying to get my website started up. Right now, it's because you have to have a certain amount of content in order to start a website. So right now, I'm just organizing the content that I want to put on my website. Right now, I have a ton of unreleased material. I have a lot of released material and a ton of unreleased material. So right now, that's what I'm working on, is trying to debate which ones I want to put on my website and which ones I'm going to save for like either ManyVids or OnlyFans, because I'm going to continue to have multiple platforms for my fans to stuff up.
Right, of course. Are you working on any projects back east?
In terms of stuff east, it's just working with people that I haven't worked with back east. To be honest with you, New
Okay.
York is not a great hub for adult work to me. To be honest with you,
No.
to be perfectly honest, it's just not a good hub as in terms of reliable talent. Like it's hard to find good reliable talent on the East Coast. Well, mostly in the
Wow.
Northeast, it's hard to find good
Okay.
reliable talent. But once you do, I suggest you hold on to them and continue to work with them as much as you can because it's not easy finding good, reliable ones. You know?
Right.
That I will definitely agree with.
Yeah.
You know, I got a couple friends down in the DMV area down in Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and she's forever saying, "Oh, there's tons of people in New York." I'm like,
No.
no,
No.
no.
No. No. No.
And then my answer to her is, there are, but they're not worth much,
The investment.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
You're not worth
and
the investment.
now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are some diamonds in the rough.
Mhm.
There are some diamonds in the rough. So I'm not going to lump everyone into
Yes.
that scenario, but I will say this: people in the Northeast, particularly Connecticut, New York, New
Mhm.
Jersey, Northeastern PA,
Mhm.
everyone really needs to step up their game, step up their work ethic, step up their whole approach to what they're doing. You know, the industry is about creating a fantasy or selling a fantasy to your fans. Now, as a content creator or a talent, male or female talent. Now, I'm not saying that that there isn't something for everyone, because obviously there is. But you know, my whole thing as a producer, that's what I've been doing since I've been in my little semi-retirement.
Mhm.
As a producer, my whole thing is I'm about creating a sellable product. Okay. Now, as talent, you are part of that product, part of that finished product. But if what you're doing isn't like, I mean, you can have the most off the wall idea and you can be like, um, I don't know. So you got a balloon fetish. Okay, let's take
Mhm.
that. You got a balloon fetish. Now, I don't have a balloon fetish, but if what you're doing just makes absolutely no sense, how do you expect to make any money on your own? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
it's like uh, I don't know. I don't know. Let me get off my soapbox.
I personally think there's a lot of too many young-minded people on the East Coast. Because I'll tell you, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. If your focus, especially male talent, if you're a male talent and your focus is if everything out of your mouth is I am the greatest male talent or I'm the greatest something or the king of this or the crown of this, you're an idiot and you have your head up your ass because at the end of the day you have to realize there's something for everybody. So I
Yep.
may be good for for my group of fans or my group of supporters, but somebody else's group of supporters may not find me attractive, may not find what I do great. So you have to understand that you're not for everybody. You
Mm,
understand? You're
mm,
just for your selected group of people who support you. You understand?
Right.
It's not like I give you an example. There's horror movies. I love horror movies, but I know a ton of people who hate horror movies. You understand? It's different. Like it's not the same for everybody. So for you to sit there and say that you're the king of anything or the top nova or the super genius or or the Michael Jordan of porn, you're ridiculous because there's people that I know that don't even shoot mainstream and make more money than mainstream actors and mainstream porn stars. You understand?
Right.
So it's if my focus is just on making quality content. I had a conversation. I was on set, a Plumper Pass set here in Vegas about a week ago, and there was another male talent there. And he goes, man, I love the way you just fly under the radar and get your work done. And I said, that's my whole focus. I just want to be in and out, get as much work done as possible, work with quality women and quality camera people and editing people, and that's it. And call it a day and make good work.
Right. Right. Yeah. A lot of people. A lot of people are well, like you said, they're not. They don't have their head in the right spot.
No.
They get into the business just thinking, oh, I'm gonna have sex with this girl. I'm gonna have sex with that girl. I'm gonna have sex with this girl. And old heads in the industry can spot those guys, the posers, a mile away. And they are the reason why a lot of the producers or other talent, why they won't give them a chance. They won't take that risk because your head's not in it. You just want some ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then not only that, it's I always tell people this: porn, especially if you're a guy who wants to be a porn star, I'm gonna just give you just one piece of advice: be ready for the unexpected, because there's going to be a lot of things you think it's what you expect when it comes to certain things, and it's not. It's not. So I don't want guys thinking that they come into the porn industry and let's say they go, oh my God, every guy is having sex when he wants to, or every girl's having sex. So there's no hate or there's no animosity, and there's no it's the same. It's like high school, but quadruple. it's like high school doubled up.
Right.
So you really, really have to put on your grown folk pants, because if not, this industry will eat you up, and you'll spend more time gossiping and arguing on social media than you would be filming content. And I've seen it with my own eyes by people literally in their 40s, in their 30s. It didn't make a difference. It's people who just haven't grown up yet.
Jesus.
Yeah, they get caught in that gossip wheel.
Yes.
Are you serious? So you're spending so much time trying. You're only as good as your reputation. That's first and foremost. You are only as good as your reputation. So you're going to be spending so much time trying to clean up your reputation, as opposed to getting in and getting out.
Building it.
Yes.
Exactly.
The whole it's at the end of the day, I always tell people, if you're not thinking about, because sometimes I feel like I don't kiss my own ass. I'm far from kissing my own ass. The only thing I'm conceited about is my artwork. When it comes to artwork, I'm real conceited when it comes to drawing. I've been doing that for years.
All right, wait.
When it comes to fitness,
the signal's kind of coming in and out again.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Can you hear me good right now? You can hear me good?
It sounds like you're in a fishbowl.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little hollow. I can see it now.
There we go. You're a little better, but it's choppy though.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's basic. You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. No, it's basic. Like I said, it's basically like it's. I hate to say it, but sometimes I feel like sometimes I'm the only one on the set thinking that it's a job. There's been times where I've gone on location and I've met like other male talent, and they're just not taking it serious. Like for example, if you're somebody who wants to, and this is another thing I keep telling people when it comes to getting in the industry, if you're not taking your health serious, like if you're a drinker, a smoker, somebody who eats garbage all day, there is no way that you're gonna make a full day's worth of shoot without some kind of assistance. I'm just letting you know that right now. So you people, male talent in particular, have to take better care of their health. Not only that, how many times do you not see people getting on women about their looks? I think they need to get on the men about their looks, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was a woman, there's a whole ton of men that I would not shoot with. I don't know how some women shoot in the porn industry, to be honest with you. Because some of these guys, listen, I don't care about your penis size, penis size does not matter when it's attached to Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger. I don't know any
Right.
woman who would shoot a hardcore scene with Jason Voorhees, all because he has a big penis. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Like, there's some guys that have huge penises with huge guts, so you can't see it. So
Yeah.
a penis that looks like it's 5 inches could be 10, but you don't know the difference.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes.
And you could tell that the women have a problem with it, because all you have to do is see the way the scene goes, or just their expressions,
Right.
like just how they're not very proud of the scene.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
you don't see them talking about
their eyes. Just look them in the eyes, and
yes.
I mean, they may have a poker face, but look in their eyes, and you can't hide it. You cannot hide it. You just look them in the eyes just for a couple seconds, and you'll see.
You can't. I've seen guys, seriously. I've seen guys that look like somebody threw like a brick into their teeth. Like, come on, man, how you gonna come to a set with gnarly teeth? You know.
Right.
And let me tell you, I've heard horror stories. Women have told me complete horror stories on sets with guys either not washing, not bathing correctly, or just not taking care of their hygiene. And imagine, like, I understand the money is good for women, but I know deep down some of these women are like, damn, this is what it's about. Like, is this what it's really about? You know, and that has to change. I think there needs to be a little bit more pressure on the men to do better.
Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. Now, that, I mean, and to really drive that home,
Yeah.
Now, I have been asked, or rather, I've been asked, and I've also taken a poll. You know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the chiseled bod? Do you prefer the dad bod, or do you prefer the just in shape bod? Now, a lot of women, surprisingly, a lot of women are more into just the in shape bod.
Yeah.
You know, but there's so many of the of the Jabba the Hutt bods.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Listen,
Yes.
I totally get it. Look, I totally get not everybody's going to be, for example, on my level when it comes to fitness. Like I said, I'm not kissing my own ass, but I do take pride in when I work out, because that's my other career. You know, I'm a sports trainer, so I'm into muscle science, muscle physiology, so I'm into all that stuff. You know, so I don't expect a guy to be on that level. So I hate when guys go, oh, but you work out every day. No, I don't want you on that level, but at least be presentable.
Right.
At least be presentable.
Right.
Like, some of these guys, their presentation is just nasty. It's nasty. And then not only that, you got girls who, and let's just say it, they lick guys' butts and stuff like that. And then I'm like, yikes. Like, it's not the fact that she's licking the butt, it's the person that the butt's attached to. That she's
Right.
and then you're like, this, do I really want to shoot her? And then, you know, sometimes especially my scenes, I tend to do more of the passion side.
Right.
You've seen some of my work.
Right.
I like the whole passion stuff. A lot of my fans encourage it, so my fans want it. They don't want me to change that at all. They're like, I like that kind of passion, kind of lovemaking, because you don't see it enough in porn.
Right.
But then if you see a girl licking a certain dude's butt, and you don't want, then you got to see her right after. You're like, wait a second.
Right.
I think I need to scale back the
Be like, hold up. Let me grab a couple of Tic Tacs for you. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's you know, let's do some kind of dental work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you, because, you know, when I was shooting, I was definitely on the more of the romance, the romantic aspect of it. You know, I do the kissing, I do the slow caressing, and the talent that I was working with, you know, I had them in lacy and the grown sexy look, not the whole slutty look. That's I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, to each their own, but for my particular taste, and for the fans that we had while I was doing it, the fans that we had, that's what they were looking for, you know. Now, I wasn't in the best of shape, but I believe me, I could hold my own. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
I wasn't chiseled. You know, I wasn't bodybuilding stage ready.
yeah.
But I was definitely in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to admit, I'm not going to lie. I do need to lose some weight now. Okay, I do need to lose some weight. But, you know, were you agreeing with me?
I didn't say a word. I did not say anything.
I heard you say, mm-hmm, uh-huh.
I did a little laugh. That was it.
But, you know, I'm not work ethic wise. I hear you. You got me smoked. I'll give that to you hands down. Fitness wise, I'm not going for the chiseled look. You got that.
Yeah.
You got that. Okay. I'm not going to do the dad bod either. You know.
Yeah.
But again, it's all about just take care of yourself. I mean, I did an episode like that, you know, telling about, you know, hygiene and I mean, and oh my God, what's with the socks? What's with the socks? Guys, what is the deal with the socks? You know, you're wearing socks or you're wearing Timberlands. Come on, man. You ain't Prince Joshua. What are you doing? Hell, he don't even do it that much anymore. I you know what? I'll take that back because I haven't seen any of his work in a long time either. So he maybe he is, maybe he's not. But come on, with the socks, seriously. and get this. We were at the Exotic. You know, when I asked you the last time we talked. Well, no, we talked a few weeks ago before the Exotic, and I was like, dude. Are you going to hit this the Exotica here in Jersey? You know, D and I, some dude literally had a booth for socks.
Sex socks.
Sex socks. And they had little grips on them too. They had the grips, you know, and he was
taking the hospital.
Dude, his sales pitch was through the roof trying to get me to. And I was like, you know what? Just for the hell of it, I may have you on as a guest to tell my people what the deal is with these socks.
Sex socks. Jesus.
Oh my God. And oh, come on. But anyway, well, yeah, like I was saying, it's like take care of yourself. There are steps to this. There's a process to this for male talent because God knows, male talent, you're an interchangeable object.
Exactly. And that's what I keep telling people the whole time. You
can easily be replaced. In a heartbeat, easily be replaced. There's a whole process to this. Now, at some point in time, we may do an episode. D and I, we may do an episode, and we'll give you a blueprint as to you know how you want to go about getting into the industry. Okay. Now, honestly, that wasn't what this whole episode was about. But because you know you got two of us here, I mean, you know, basically it just rolled out. But whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, there's a whole process to this. I mean, guys, you can't just think that, you know, you can't think with your little head all the time.
Nope.
In this industry, you have to be business minded. You have to take care of yourself. You have to your hygiene should be impeccable. Now, a lot of people are sitting around at home watching porn. Here's the thing. Do you see how most times the guys are shaved or waxed down there? It's for a reason. It's because hair attracts sweat, and that sweat gives off odor when it's in pants all day long. So that's why the women are like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. That's male. Now, don't get me wrong. Male or female.
Yeah.
Do something with that. And please, this is my last word on this. don't wear socks. Please don't wear socks. Please.
Just avoid the socks. Period.
Please, just no. Let's not do the sock thing. Okay. All right. So again, like I said before, this episode was not intended to go so deep into the industry. It was more about bridging. Well, everyone knows the BJB Show is about bridging the gap between the traditional lifestyles and relationships and the non-traditional. Okay.
Yeah.
So we discussed a little bit about, how your traditional or how your relationships. Just before we hit that, quick question. I know you mentioned that you were a personal trainer and strength coach and all of that. Do your clients know, or are any of them involved in the industry as well?
Well, some clients I train are in the adult industry, but that's when I was already in the industry. When it comes to my clients, a lot of my clients know, and what I appreciate, I don't know, I just don't know why my experiences are a lot different from other people. I guess I just hang around people that are a little bit on the mature side, because most of my clients, they know, and they'll talk to me in private. They'll be like, "Oh, how'd you do this? How'd you get into that?" No, I have yet to be any negative remarks. I mean, knock on wood, but I haven't had any really negative experience with it.
Okay.
My personal training job is the same. It hasn't changed. Like, I'm still getting the same amount of clients that I was getting before, and even working more on the industry than I was. I started working a lot heavier now in the industry because of COVID. But now it's like I said, not really a negative experience with any client.
Okay.
But I've even had coworkers, like fellow personal trainers, who found I went to go jerk off and I saw a porn interview. I know that guy.
Oh,
And
shit.
yeah, but outside of that, no, not
Okay.
really.
Okay. All right.
Really bad experiences with that.
Okay. Well, see, and one of the reasons why I asked that is because, like I was saying before, I know a bunch of people that are conservative-ish, or well, no, they're fake offended. It's like, be for real. If it wasn't for sex, none of us would be alive. Okay.
Exactly.
And as quiet as it's kept, some of them are bigger freaks than we are. The only difference is we'll put a camera between our legs and get money for it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
The problem is I think people are getting the whole religious thing confused. Some people let religion dominate their life. I'm a very religious person, but I don't let my opinions on religion, I don't force my religion on people. I don't tell people how they should live their lives. Do I give suggestions? Yeah. Do I help people out? Yes. Do I be like, "Hey, you got to do this for me to help you"? No. I think those people are the ones who are morally corrupt. I hate when people try to use the facade of religion for their moral corruptions. There's a saying, don't use the Lord's name in vain. I personally think using the Lord's name in vain doesn't mean, like, how some people go, "Hey, don't say, oh my God, or gosh, or God damn it," or something like that. I don't think that's what it means. I think using the Lord's name in vain is using the Lord's name to get across mischievous thought processes or malicious intent. So, for example, I could be a politician, for example.
I was just going to say
and be like,
our
"Hey,
current political climate."
Yeah, current political climate. And I could be like, "Hey, porn is wrong, and porn is wrong because the Bible says it." And then in the same token, get caught for having sex with porn stars, or having sex with escorts, or having sex with young men. That's using the Lord's name in vain. You're using the Lord as a mask to cover up your sins. And I think that's a lot more morally corrupt than a porn star who at least is open about their sexuality, who's out there about it and not hiding anything.
Agreed.
And that's the problem that people have to start to get fixed, because if not, it's going to be an endless cycle, and then all those people are going to constantly do is say one thing, get caught for doing another, and apologize. Say one thing, get caught for another, and then apologize and pay out of the pocket, as opposed to just being upfront with who you are. Because at the end of the day, look at how ass backwards our political system has turned in the past 8-9 years. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
It's backwards now. Now you could do whatever you want. You could have 75 mistresses, slap somebody on the butt, and still run for president and probably get elected.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so when
Right.
people are talking about all this religious rights and stuff like that, it's to each its own. They're using it as a mask. It's to each his own, because obviously it's not that much of a problem, because if it was, once again, there'll be a lot of people that we have as elected officials that wouldn't have been elected.
Very true.
Because if sex was a problem, like they say it is, like I said, I know plenty of morally corrupt people who have high jobs right now.
Mm.
And it's the same thing like in the industry, and you know this by knowing a lot of people in the industry. How many women you do not know that they tell you, "Oh, I'm sleeping with this person, or this person pays me for this, and that person pays me for that," and we got to keep it inside, but we
Inside. Yep.
know who they're
Keep it
sleeping
bottled up. Yep.
with, you know.
Yep.
And that's another little secret that the industry knows, because there's a lot of guys who are saying one thing in public and paying for a whole lot off.
Yep.
Okay, and we're talking
Exactly.
everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I mean, I any okay, just for example, any kind of athlete that a
Yeah.
professional athlete, they travel. They're going city to city.
Mm-hmm.
You're at home. Some get caught, some don't. Some are on
Yeah.
the news, some aren't.
Not. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, because I mean, there are some porn stars, there are some people, some escorts that do actually talk.
Yep.
So you know, come on, people, just wake up. I mean, everybody's got their own vices. Just don't throw
Yeah.
stones. If you yourself are living in a glass house, don't throw stones.
Exactly. And then not only that, just mind your business. Like,
Yes.
just mind
Yes.
Yeah.
your business. Jesus
Yes.
Christ, mind your business.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's a lot of things I do, and there's a lot of things I don't do. But I'm not sitting there judging somebody who does the stuff that I don't do. I'm not sitting there saying, "Hey, man,
Right.
you're doing the wrong." No, if that makes you money and that's what you're happy doing, then do it by all means. Just don't hurt nobody in the process.
Right.
Right.
Yes. There you go.
That's
there you
it.
go. There you go. Rock, I appreciate you doing this for me, man. I really appreciate
No doubt.
having you on. We're gonna have you back. I'd love to have you back when we're
Yeah.
not having technical difficulties on your end,
Yeah.
and hopefully, my missus will be able to join us in the studio, and we can make this
That'd be
happen.
nice.
Yes, for sure.
Now, what I'd really like for you to do, you know what? I'm gonna cut to this. That way people can see just exactly what you're all about here. So, this is who we have on there, ladies and gentlemen. Puerto Rock, personal trainer extraordinaire, porn star, male. Well, porn. Let's say what do the women call it?
Content
Mattress
creator.
mattress
ma-
actress.
Yeah, male
Mattress
mattress actor.
But ladies and gentlemen, this has been our little an hour with our man Puerto Rock. Do me a favor, sir. Let everyone know the best way they can find you.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter at Puerto Rock XXX20. That's on Twitter. Twitter is where you get to see all the hardcore stuff, all the trailers, all the posts of people I'm shooting with, people I'm working with, and stuff like that. Instagram is Porto _ rock, VER, which is short for version, .2. And there you'll see all the G-rated stuff. You'll see some of my training and some of the people I work with, things I do, places I'm going, stuff like that. If you want to see the hardcore stuff and buy the content, you got to go to manyvids.com and Puerto Rock XXX20. If you go to OnlyFans, it's Puerto Rock XXX. And my website will be coming out soon. You'll see posts of that on Twitter and on my IG, and that would be coming soon. And that's going to be Porto-rock.com.
All right. Well, you see, I'm
I'll
scrolling
let you know
through
when that's
this.
coming.
I'm scrolling
Yes.
through this fast, so you know,
Yeah.
people can see a little. They can get a little glimpse of it, but they're not
Yeah,
going to give them fast enough.
I worked with all types of women, you name it. If you like BBWs, I shoot with BBWs. If you like all community, that means girls with tattoos, I shoot with girls with tats. White, black, Hispanic, you name it, I'm working with them. I just try to bring you the best content possible with the hottest females possible. I'm friends with a lot of them,
Right.
so you'll probably see them often.
Very good.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. All right, Rock.
And I try to bring also a lot of passion to the scene, so you won't see me throwing some girl and taking peas on her forehead. It's just gonna be me shooting some good scene. Because I doubt for a fact on a first date you're gonna get peed on your first date.
No.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Yeah. That's
Let's not
like
do that.
years
Yeah.
into a
Let's not do
relationship.
that.
Yeah,
Oh my
years.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, you know what? I did have one question, but for the life of me, it slipped my mind. Now. Oh, okay. All right, here it is. And it's the last thing. We'll let you go. Are you finding the talent, or they finding you? Or is it a combination of both?
It's multiple things. One is I do company shoots, so that I don't have control over who I work with. They tell me who they have in mind, and they ask if it's suitable for me, which is cool. When it comes to my personal content, I do one or two things. I either book them for paid shoots, or we do content or exclusive trade. I think in a future show we'll probably cover that, or you'll probably cover that in a future episode or something like that. But when it comes to me booking paid shoots, I have a camera guy that I work with here that has connections with the industry, and he books them for me.
Okay.
So basically he asks me what I'm looking for my website, sends me a list of women that fit that criteria and their rates, and that's how we book them. Now, when it comes to content trade, women, after you've been in the industry for years, they tend to hit you up. Mm-hmm. Especially if they're friends with a lot of girls you worked with. They'll be like, hey, would you be interested in working sometime? It's either yes or no,
Right.
It just so happens that a lot of people that do hit me up are people that I actually want to work with. So it's actually beneficial. It works out for me.
Gotcha.
So I would say it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of me finding and them finding me.
Gotcha.
It's about 50-50.
Gotcha. All right. What about you, D? You got anything? Anything else you wanna ask? I know I did most of the talking.
I don't have it. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. This is not a good night for me, but
It's all right.
No, all my questions were covered. But
okay, all right, folks. Well, once again, like I said, I definitely want to say thank you for Mr. Puerto Rock coming in and spending some time with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to stop by anytime.
Yeah, anytime, man,
for sure.
We will get together whenever you decide to come back over here to the warmth. to the cold. We'll make it happen.
I'll be back soon. I'll hit you up. All
right, bro. You take it easy.
All right.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Another one in the books.
Another
one in the books as the BJB Show. And unfortunately, Dee Dee is under the weather. My little lady. Folks, you guys a good one. We'll talk to you. Peace.